Oh, we're here. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. That was a little bit of a crazy thing that just happened there. My entire everything just died. But we're hopping back into the game now, Steven. Thank you for salvaging that. How you doing, my man? We're back into the game now.
It was just really funny because I was just like, I went on and on about the roster switch on Immortals, and then I finally realized I was like, how come he's not saying anything? Like, what's happening? And then I look over and it's like, oh, he's offline. Well, shit.
Well, yeah, nobody heard what you said because my computer decided to kill itself for a short minute. So I'm gonna need to go through all of my normal backup procedures to make sure that this doesn't happen again. But repeat the wonderful expose you were given on Immortals.
I was basically saying the roster swap kind of made sense because of how like differently QO and Forev played as cores. QO is like extremely aggressive, right? And then Forev was also was like very reserved. So it was like complete opposites. And I think like by having MSS is like a very aggressive player.
5 seconds remaining.
They're probably going to stick to their original style, you know, extremely aggressive run at you, and they got one of the best run at you players in North America.
Do you think that sort of is that identifies his style as an aggressive player? Because I feel like sometimes we've seen him as like a carry out of the off lane. Is that like, is it just that he's aggressive? What else does he do for a team?
You mean MSS?
Yeah.
Oh, he's the type of player. He doesn't really like, he's like a very self-sacrificing player. He doesn't really care about his own like role in the game. He just does what needs to be done.
Okay.
That's the kind of player he strikes me as.
Okay.
So whatever is needed of him, he'll do it, and that's the type of team Immortals is, right? You kind of like base your whole draft and play style around QO.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what they usually want to do.
10 seconds remaining.
Do you think that Tiny is a fairly strong QO hero? Is that what he's going to be playing in this one, or?
No, I'm pretty sure this is MP's hero.
Okay.
This isn't the type of carry that QO plays. He usually plays a much harder like carry from the mid lane, or sometimes even safe lane. Just it really depends on the hero.
Okay. Oh, Razor taken now as well for CES. Do you want to tell me real quickly before we get too far into the draft a little bit about these other players on Carlton Esports team? What should we expect out of them? Do you know them very well?
I don't know them very well, but they are definitely people I've played with or against in the past.
5 seconds
like
remaining.
MJW and Mario, I know they've been like really good friends for a long time. A lot of qualifiers they've played together with, or in together with, like Power of Friendship. Was it like last year?
Oh
they
yeah.
made it into the C qualifiers together with, you know, just a random group of friends that were in the area at the time on vacation, so they decided to play the qualifiers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too sure who Wolf and Boruto is, but Annihilate used to play in Korea as well. He was one of the first players to form the secondary MVP team, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's been around for a while as well.
So all these guys, pretty storied history in NA, and yeah, I feel like I always see a couple of them queuing together when you get those top teams facing off against each other. So good stuff, good stuff. Let's take a little bit look further at the draft. Razor Lycan taken, so we're either looking for another 4 position or 3 position out of Carlton. Immortals, most likely looking for that QO hero. PA still there?
Remaining.
Yeah, she's still there. I don't know if that's something that you want to take, but I always feel like
5
it's
seconds
a possibility when you have QO in the game.
Probably not the best pick here,
Radiant
simply
team
because of the
pick.
fact that there's already so many good counters to it. Although, I don't know if I would put it past them to pick it anyways. Maybe Bloodseeker. I think Bloodseeker is more of a QO hero here.
Oh, yeah. That could be
Great
real
for the
good.
Lycan, you know, great for the Razor.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean towards Bloodseeker.
Okay.
Simply
5
go for that.
seconds remaining.
Why is it good against the Razor? I feel like doesn't he just get linked or no?
Well, you basically just stand back, wait for your team to go in, and then you go in. You don't have you don't put yourself in a position where you're the one going into the team fight first, right? You have a Tidehunter and a Tiny, so the person who's most likely to be static linked is gonna be the Tiny here.
Okay.
And you know, if for some reason he gets linked, he just drops his rupture, drops the blood right, and tries to make his way out of the team fight.
Right, and he tends to have pretty high movement speed if you're in the middle of it anyways, since everybody's going to be fairly low HP. Seen a lot of QO play Bloodseeker over the days. 30 seconds still left in the reserve time. And it's going to be Bloodseeker. Look at you, Steven Aosin.
Thank you. It's like I've played with some of these guys before.
So which ones have you played with before?
I mean, I never
like all of them.
Like
right?
not with a team, but I played with all of them before.
Yeah.
Like against or with for fun. For a short period of time, the Korean Dota League was a thing. So all the players there were just playing together, and it was the goofiest thing I've ever played. It was so goofy to the point where like it only lasted maybe like 1 week, and then everyone stopped playing because of just how unserious it was.
Well, it's certainly serious now, and they're making their impact felt on North America. You guys imported over there to, take some money from me. They're doing the same now the other direction.
People need to stop putting it like that. What's a good way to? We jump started.
Okay.
The Korean Dota scene.
I like that. That's great. Well, let's see where this all goes next as we're getting ready to hop into game number 1. Is there a draft that you like a little bit more?
Right now, I feel like I really like Immortals lineup right now. That last pick, Bloodseeker, makes it very difficult for the Lycan to get around the team fights, and they have such a strong team fight in the Tide Hunter. And like, you look at the Bloodseeker, Tiny Bounty Hunter, there's a lot of possibilities for them to just snowball out of control with the track. They're gonna need like some really, really good plays from this Puck and Sand King on the Radiant side if they want to like stand up against this type of team fight, and then they have to make sure they capitalize on the Ravage cooldown. Like if Ravage gets committed, the next however many minutes it is, I think it's 3 minutes, a little under 3 minutes. They need to like take objectives or find pickoffs whenever Ravage is down.
And for everybody that's wondering, again, we do have a lot of Dota 2 that's going to be played today. I want to give a little bit of an update as the whole schedule, since people are just going to start being filtering into this. We've got first up this one, which is Immortals versus Carlton. A little bit later, it's going to be Complexity, who are facing off against, oh god, I had the schedule up, but then my computer died. They're playing up against somebody. Oh god, I look like a turd. The last one is going to be Animal Planet versus VGJ Thunder, which is, like we were talking about, going to be the debut of Animal Planet. Really excited to see them. 5 Turtles is who Complexity is playing against after this series. So an NA Dota Fiesta is going to be continuing on as QO might run into a few heroes from Carlton. Doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Do you think oh no, I was gonna say it's VGJ Storm, right? It's not Thunder.
You're right, it is Storm. I'm sorry.
Wait, Thunder is the Chinese team, right?
Yeah, Thunder is the Chinese team. I get those ones mixed up every now and then.
I mean, Storm, Thunder, whatever.
That's right.
If they make a third team, what would you call it? Typhoon?
Redundancy. That's probably the right name. Get Febby over here.
That is a very, very deep ward.
Is he expecting that like somebody's gonna go in jungle, or is he trying to find like a courier snipe? What's going on with this?
The battle begins.
I'm actually not sure. This is definitely some insider information you get when... Oh, he's pulling the wave. That's what he's doing.
Oh. Oh my god. Are they going to pull it to MP?
There's no way.
Okay.
He's just delaying the wave. He's just double wave.
All right.
That's like... That's like turning MSS into like the biggest sacrificial lamb of all time. Just giving his wave to someone else.
That would be unreal if like the very first game, the very first move that he makes, and you know what would be greater if they just don't tell MSS about it. They just they just do it. He is standing here for a little while, so they got 2 rounds of this actually, and the creeps are following him all the way through.
This is what Dota has become.
Wow. Well, on the other side, it's sort of a similar situation going on. Dubu is standing here with MJW.
Oh, bottom lane. They took Gush at level 1.
Oh my goodness, Mario. Ah, he's good. He'll be fine. There's a lot of damage that's been dealt onto Annihilate. Actually, they find a Gush onto him with all these creeps here. They are still going to be able to find First Blood. Febby draws it.
First Blood.
What is happening? Look at how many creeps are in this bottom row. This is so clowny. There's so many creeps here.
It's a triple wave. Is this the new meta? You can't deal with. All right, affirmative. MSS is telling us this is the new meta.
This is the new meta. This is how you counter the safe lane.
Wow.
But yeah, something interesting to note is that they put the Razor in the safe lane just to deal with the Tidehunter. So mid lane is going to be Tiny versus the Lycan. So I think Tiny actually does very well in this lane. Lycan just takes so much of that splash damage. Not much you can do about it either.
I'll take your tribute.
So I was wondering if it might have even been worth it for Razor to just get like an Aquila or something super early, because he has like enough for it with the double phase boots, and try and just push this tower. But it looks like that's going to be too difficult to do. And honestly, you know, it needs to be a little bit careful with the Bounty Hunter coming back here again. It looks like he'll be fine. Top lane, going on to QO. Burrow Strike is there. MJW already used his orb though, so not going to be able to punish that any further. As Annihilate's going to take some more damage.
I don't think the Razor can buy anything like that. He actually needed the boots, especially with the game plan they had coming into this. Like, they 100% expected the creep wave to be pulled, so he bought the boots just so he can run around in circles. But because of that, look at
my god! The second death in this early stage for the safe lane Razor. He is just not having a good time.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I've ever seen the Tidehunter build, by the way. 1 Gush and 2 in Anchor Smash. This is like all-out damage. He has 0 points in Kraken Shell. Usually, offlane Tidehunters, you know, they're left alone, so they have like 2 points of Kraken Shell at level 3, but doesn't need it. In fact, he's just, you know, Gush and Anchor Smash, get all the kills. Easy game for him right now.
Really nuts start. Great showing from them so far. Now that they have, you know, basically a 1 lane here with MSS, do you think that Bounty Hunter is just going to keep rotating to other lanes, or do you expect him to come back down bottom and try and find another kill maybe?
I think right now he's fine to just do his own thing. Look at mid lane.
Oh no. Yeah, they got him caught. That was the toss back used. Avalanche for the kill. So Febby makes more happen with this Bounty Hunter.
Invisibility.
Yeah, this is why you want him to move around, because you've already done so much for your Tidehunter. At this point, he doesn't really need the help. And they don't have any disables for him either. He either just walks it off or TP's out after disruption.
And I mean, I guess it's a lot of attention that they're trying to place up here top to mess with the Bloodseeker, but QO's 22-4. He's had a great time so far.
Yeah, all 3 cores on the Immortal side. Top net worth. And then you look over onto the Radiant side. Febby as a Bounty Hunter has more than the Lycan.
Yeah.
That's how well his early game has been so far.
And level 3 at like just about 5 minutes. It always kind of impresses me when you're able to get those amounts of levels on a Bounty Hunter early. He was trying to look in that area, maybe for something, but I don't think he can one-shot the Courier. It's like 1 more level in the Shadow Walk. Mario, though, places down a ward. That will be scouted out. Febby hit the wolf underneath the tower. Just constant harass. So he's going to move over and get that D ward and get even more experience going his way. Well, maybe not. Oh, he guesses wrong. Okay.
He guessed wrong. He should have listened to MSS. MSS pinged it out.
Really?
MSS pinged it out. He was like, it's right here. And Febby was like, no, it's over here. And then he missed it. This is how disbands happen.
Oh, another hit there. Interestingly enough, MSS is only level 3 still, whereas Annihilate's been able to get level 5, as we see a kill onto Dubu up in the top lane, and just able to get away from that one, so a nice combination. And things starting to look a little bit better here for Team Carlton.
I mean, it's just one kill. Just relax. This their safe lane was not a good time.
Yeah.
But Razor did catch up now. Once Razor has the levels, it's actually really difficult for the Tidehunter. There's just way too much damage because you can't really outrun the static thing.
Another toss back.
There we go.
Dubu going to be able to find the shackles here if he wants to use them, and waits to the last second. There's going to be the catch, the burrow strike onto the Tiny, but he still has another toss. There's the hit. Free toss for the finish, and another kill onto this Lycan.
This Lycan mid is doing really, really badly right now for the Radiant side. He's below his support Sand King in terms of net worth, just really getting punished by this Tiny, and on top of that, he's getting the rotations. So.
It is no great.
Top lane, MJW goes down. QO able to find that kill. I think he might have actually healed up a little bit from the Waning Rift killing off the creeps with the Blood Rage on him, but didn't end up mounting to enough to keep him alive. That's something we're gonna have to watch out for in this game, is Blood Rage heals. I feel like it always is just on a knife's edge.
And there's a catapult here. They're expecting rotations to protect this tower, so whoever comes up here,
Radiant
which is the
structures are
puck,
fortified.
might be in a bit of trouble. See if they can find the pick off here.
Oh, there's the orb. They spot it now. And Bounty's going to go look for him, although he's not invis anymore, which is going to spell a little bit of trouble for him actually finding this. Dubu there as well, but they're going to have to give up this catapult now.
I'll take it.
So 8 minutes into the game, it's about 1,000 gold lead for Immortals, which isn't all that bad for Carlton if you compare the kill score at least. Able to respond sort of effectively.
Yeah, definitely not that bad. Razor managed to catch up nicely. Now that he has the phase boots as well as the Aquila, Tidehunter just has such a hard time staying in this lane, especially since he went for such an aggressive build. Oh, Lycan, Wolf. I don't think you can fight that Tiny.
Yeah, he's got 8 armor. It's a hard one for sure. So Wolf is just going to, I guess, get a little bit of farm here before he heads out. Bottom lane, they've got themselves a catch on MSS, and well, he's doing his little swimming motion, but is eventually going to be killed off. So MSS, after a good early start, has kind of been lacking a little bit since then.
But the important thing is hit him with the backstroke.
That's true. Can't argue with that. Burrow?
By
Yes,
far
does.
the best.
Radiant's top
He
tower
can't do
is
anything.
under attack.
By far the best taunt in Dota 2. But I mean, the thing is, while all of this is happening, Tiny and Bloodseeker just kind of free farming away, and the trade-off is that the Lycan is just sacked.
Well, maybe this is a way to turn things around a little bit further as the Bloodseeker is getting ran down. He's going to drop the Blood Right as the orb. Now they get the silence onto one. Burrow Strike's not going to be there in time. Really close. That would have been a huge kill, but he gets out.
Oh no, Sand King. Oh, never mind. He had 10.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That would be quite bad if he got stuck in there. MP spot out Mario, and that Shadow Demon not long for this world, as MP is going to be Clarity. They move in, take their own bounty rune, and if they wanted to, they can rotate to try and maybe punish this rotation from Annihilate,
Radiant's
but
bottom tower
they're just going to head
is
back to
under
farming
attack.
first.
Double damage.
I think this is like kind of the time where you really want your bounty hunter to sit in the lane and just hit level 6 as soon as possible, but he does have the book. So 5.5.
Bounty.
The faster you get 6 on the bounty hunter, the better, especially because of the Tiny being pretty close to his blink dagger. Like once the Tiny finishes the blink dagger and track is online, that's like the best position to be in with this type of line.
Disruption comes out. They're going to drop the Sentry Ward, trying to run away now. Febby is maybe going to go down. Actually, with the shackles there, should be able to keep him alive. And then the runaway, Wolf almost dead as well.
MP.
He's going to get the tree hit. Is it enough? Almost 30 HP. Now, Febby manning up against Mario, trying to take him
Yes,
down.
17 won.
Yeah, he knows. But
He's baiting him.
Radiant's middle tower
Trying to do
has
it.
fallen.
He's
Dyer's
going to
top
leave it
tower
alone.
is
But
under
they take the
attack.
tower nonetheless.
Dyer's structures are fortified.
Lycan should have been dead there, but unfortunately, MP was trying to like chain stun perfectly and missed his avalanche, so Lycan gonna live with 20 health.
I was almost wondering with the like heal that you had coming in from Feral Impulse if he might not have lived if the tree just hit him right away. Like that extra time that he spent running might have regened him enough.
Oh yeah,
keep him alive.
definitely. Yeah, he had a ring of health in his inventory as well, so that was quite a bit of time to regen. He would have 100% died if he got hit by that tree immediately.
QO spotted with the ward that they placed down. Smoke is here as well, but he is maybe anticipating that somebody's coming his way. Can go for the initiation now. Burrow Strike came back behind it. Epicenter out as well. And now Bloodright is down. QO's very strong and has the Rupture there as well. The Banishment's going to come out. They will have another round of spells and disables. 3-person avalanche into the toss. MSS comes in with the Ravage. We don't have any way to stop this. Annihilate and annihilated. Now he's going to end up dropping as well. They get the track up with that as well. And now they catch eyes onto that Sand King. Do they find him in the track as well? Looks like the answer is no.
Is under attack.
Could have wanted Avalanche, but didn't see him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Well,
attack.
that's a great start to using your Ravage. Take a look at the fight recap. Meteor Hammer being used. But yeah, thanks to that track gold, even though they lost QO, 3 kills going their way. It's 800 gold, 900 gold, about 900. This is where the game gets really fun for Immortals. Like, this is where you just feel like you're gonna get so rich.
Yeah.
Because it's just so easy to find pickoffs with a Blink Tiny and Track Bounty Hunter.
Although it is still timing right now when they don't have Ravage. So
Even without Ravage, like, they don't really need it right now.
yeah, I guess that's true.
Just go for pickoffs.
Yeah, they can. As Blink is going to be broad as well as the Force Staff.
Dyer's middle tower
QO
is under
gonna
attack.
farm up as well, and like you can't really come up and step to these guys. Shadow Shaman drops his wards immediately. And how does MJW really want to fight this?
Oh, he wants to kill
he can
Dubu.
blow him. Okay. Chance, Dream Coil, Silence there as well, but now the Rupture to turn it around. Avalanche is there as well. They've got the track, and they're going to have the kill. Burrow Strike to try and turn it, but doesn't look like it's going to be enough yet. Wolf is there. He's going to be tracked as well. So now they get the extra movement speed, able to kite away from him. QO doesn't have Rupture to try and save his life, and in fact, he might just go down as the Burrow Strike is there. So a secondary kill onto QO.
Thought you got away.
Yeah, 1 for 1. Honestly, that's pretty good for Immortals, though. They lost QO, but they got a track kill. It was on Puck as well, and they did a ton of damage to this tier 2 tower. So at the end of the day, gonna be happy with that.
Yeah. Looks like
Force
Bounty
Staff on the Tide Hunter now too.
Yeah. It looks like Bounty Hunter wants to go for a upgraded urn. Oh, please hold that thought. Mario, it's gone. Why am I forgetting the name of that?
Gush?
No, the upgraded urn.
Oh, Soul Vessel?
Soul Vessel, that's what it is. I keep on wanting to call it Solar Crest.
Close enough.
Yeah. Blink for Sand King, 200 gold away. Annihilate is trying to get towards his Yasha.
Radiant's bottom
QO
tower is under attack.
Just been perennially hunted here. Still looking to try and get towards that Radiance.
I mean, the thing is, even though they shut down QO's Bloodseeker, this Tiny is just getting like out of control. This Tiny can definitely just solo carry the game in the mid game with how strong he is. They're gonna find Bloodseeker again though.
They're gonna find also Mario as the track kill is gonna come out there. Bloodseeker blown up. Rupture. They can't do anything to it. Look at the vision that you've got this whole time from the bounty hunters. They just have eyes everywhere in the Radiant jungle. They see everything.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, and once again, you know, Kyo goes down, but this bottom tier 2 gonna be the trade-off.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
I'm kind of surprised that Febby is gonna go for Slow Vessel as his first item.
Haste.
Okay, just kidding. He isn't. He finished the medallion first.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I was like wondering where all of his gold is. He's gotten quite a bit of track kills, so not going to be on the poor side.
Can keep chasing this to have eyes on him. The rotation is coming from Tiny, so if they wanted to, they can make this move, but Febby's going to need to throw out a track here in a second. It's Purge. Goes in good. Now the dust. Try and turn it, though. Avalanche cost. It does keep Febby alive, but not for long enough. And now Annihilate decides to turn, wants to take on MP. MSS also in a little bit of trouble. They have Ravage if they want to use it, but maybe can get out with just the Force Staff. Right on to 2. This isn't working, though. They're going to take them both down. The Shackles, maybe it is enough. MSS is going to end up limiting up, but now the Lycan is coming, which means that Jubu is going to die. Huo has started to make that rotation, and maybe just possibly with the Burrow Strike, with the catch, it's still going to be a kill from MSS. They'll have another Burrow in 6 seconds. 6 charges are there as well. He's actually doing almost enough damage, but it's brought below that thirst threshold. And Burrow Strike, he finds the kill! Oh my god! And Anime Name is doing something positive in this game. Is it going to be enough?
Oh my
no.
goodness.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Holy
attack.
Toledo.
That was so close. I think they should have just committed. Like, they were basically trying really, really hard to outplay the Sand King. And they both knew, like, he had a Burrow Strike coming up. Like, and they knew it was ready.
Yeah.
So they all ran away to avoid it and just hoped, like, they could kill him off with Gush, for example. But QO getting caught out there. Very last Burrow Strike finishes him off. I think he, like, didn't do the math correctly. Like, he Blood Raged him. Blood Rage Temple, the Burrow Strike did too much damage and killed him off.
Yeah, Blood Rage is such a finicky spell. Like, you obviously get the heal percentage, 21%, but damage increase is 30, and it's scary stuff. Yeah, that's Sand King. Just put on a show right there. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was, like, the best timing for the Blink Dagger as well. I think the Sand King, like, just delivered.
Yeah. Oh, he's feeling himself. Wants to go in. Round 2. Burrow Strike is there. Trying to take down QO and gets him.
Yeah, the damage he puts out is just insane right now because of what just happened. He's shot himself up to level 14, so the epicenter, you know, being level 2 as well as having the max level Sandstorm, it's a lot of magic damage at this point.
Yeah. Very nicely done. And QO is Blood Raged in the creep wave. You know, it's becoming more and more of an issue, and even if he gets the Radiance, that doesn't really necessarily change things if he's in a lane farming.
Yeah, that is very
Dire's
true.
top tower
Oh,
is under attack.
uh-oh. Dubu.
Now, he wants to ward, wants to do a few different things, but there are a hell of a lot of heroes there. They do rotate in the puck also. Maybe a little bit unnecessary, but it's creating some space. This mid lane, more battles are coming through as MSS get ran at. They also have a Necronomicon that's just sort of chilling here. They're going to bring in the Stomp. They're going to find MSS. Lots of damage. The Rupture is there to turn it, though, and Wolf going to need to back out for the moment. He's going to TP away. Ravage to try and turn this, though. Now the jump in coming from the buck as well. Wolf, he's going to drop with a Burrow Strike and come through again. MSS is dead. All of Immortals is falling apart. MP does get a track kill, but he's going to die in return. The Centaur stunning the 2 separate cores, and Febby is going to fall. Absolute mayhem.
This Sand King is doing so much work for the Radiant side right now. Just time and time again, hitting those big stuns, and it's paying off for him as well. He's second net worth on his team. And Sand King, definitely one of the most fun heroes you can play as support when you have gold.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, right? This is the position for Sand King, and he's so stacked up. Like, Lycan is definitely having a rougher game, but they're making up for it with what this hero brings to the table. thinking about as this game goes on later and later, though, is this something that can continue for Carlton, or do they need to like take advantage of it and get a lot of objectives now?
I mean, they've already caught up to Immortals. Like,
right.
Immortals were ahead by 6K, and because of this swing, like, I think that was with a Ravage as well, and they still won the team fight. This is very much in Carlton's control right now. Like, they are strong enough to pretty much run down any objective that they want to. They just need to be very careful to not get picked off. Like, this is where it looks like things are going to go south for them.
Yeah, scary stuff. They find themselves the catch. Mario is going to die, but it does bring enough time for MJW to jump in, and there's going to be the silence. They are able to find the Hex. Dubu not quite in that waning rift, and there's going to be the phase shift, and Lycan starting to show up now as well. QO has a lot on him as far as stacks go of that Thurston, and I like gonna drop at the epicenter to turn it. They want to go in the Burrow Strike. It's going to connect. They find that kill again onto QO, but now that Sand King is tracked, and Dubu trying to bring the Lycan back into the wards. He will bring him there, but not enough mana for the shackles means that they will find that kill. MP jumps back in, the Burrow Strike finds another kill, and he blinks out. Fuel Scepter to take off the track, needs to go for the Sandstorm now. Falking out the Bounty Hunter, gets the Bounty Rune, but now we might finally be in trouble. The Spirit Vessel, not the Soul Vessel, is going to be applied to him, and a double kill for MP. Maybe one step too far there. He possibly could have gone for just a straight Sandstorm after the Fuel Scepter, but still, a big win there for Immortals.
That's like pretty much what you have to be careful of. I mean, you just won. You had such a great comeback from your deficit, and the one thing you have to avoid is getting picked off in a bad position, and that is exactly what happened. You know, you cannot split off too far from your team. I think they were gathering for a bottom lane push, but if you gather for a bottom lane push, like that's just how crucial it is when, just to like group up together immediately. Like you have to be that fast because it was only like probably like a 2-second window before they were going to be close enough to reinforce each other, and
right,
2 people get picked off in that span of 2 seconds.
And that's the thing, like with this type of a lineup, also having Track Gold online, what was once, you know, starting to look even, swings back down so quickly. 3,000 gold lead into their favor. That's smoke.
Let's see if this wolf can snipe it.
Not quite there, but they do still have heroes coming in. Are they going to try and take this fight? Really? There's the Burrow Strike to turn MP. He got them all. Oh my God. It's a ton of damage, but he might end up paying for it nonetheless. Although you don't have any turnaround.
Oh, the
Ravage is out. It's on to 3 with the coil snap onto 2. QO trying to run. He's moving like a goddamn race car. Dubu is still going to go down, but Lycan is the only one left alive. And QO going to get Spirit Vessel, trying to run. Nowhere left to go. Carlton Esports in some trouble. They lose 5 again.
Poor Kyo, he has to look at this Necro in the face. Can't kill it. Oh, he wants to kill it so badly. Here we go. Did he do the math? It's 550 damage. Oh, he's safe. He's
Nice, good.
There we go.
Oh my God. What a game.
Bounty.
Oh, I'm gonna let me pull up
The graph.
the network really quickly. It's like a big dip into a mountain, into another dip.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Classic Immortals Dota.
This is the most classic of classics. This is how Immortals plays. They'll win a team fight, win the early game, throw away one team fight, and then just beat you when you have a slight advantage, even.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too, is that now you've got Radiance on the Bloodseeker. Like he can still blow up in a fight, but he has Aegis on him. And
I mean, the thing is, he hit level 15 too, so he's a lot more durable with
Right.
this 300 health talent. And he's just gonna like skyrocket and farm thanks to this Radiance.
God, MP with that big old 3-person avalanche in that last fight looked so solid. And he just like blew up the Sand King instantly. Oh, rotations. They want some more. Run at you, Dota. Wolf is spotted. MP can go for the Avatos, finds the Shadow Demon. He's gone. Now MJW trying to turn this. It's a silence, it's a coil onto 2. You see that freaking status resistance right there. Dubu is going to be able to find the shackles, but he does eventually fall as well. Now Annihilate need to get Force Staffed away to rest of his safety from his team, but the Burrow Strike to try and turn it. Annihilate still living, Force Staff, but dead. And that's going to be another push.
Now that's another 2 track kills. Got a tier 2 out of it. That was some great plays from Dubu, making the best out of a worse, like a terrible situation. He got caught out so badly, but was still able to drop his wards in a really good location and managed to shackle up one person long enough to like really contribute to the team fight.
Yeah. Another track is out there as the tier 3 tower is going to start to fall. They have Shadow Demon back into MSS, feeling pretty good about his debut on the new team, but he stepped too far. He's still holding on to a level 3 Ravage as well, and there's a jump forward. MJW is fading it out. He is.
Oh, they can easily turn this team fight. They're waiting for like them to overcommit, and then they can immediately just Ravage and Tiny combo in return. But
I totally thought that this was going to be a smoke and then go back in. But yeah, they're going to actually back out and farm first.
QO picks up a Yasha, holding on to 2,000 gold. See what he's going to build towards next. I think he's just going to go for Sanjin Yasha. Yeah, he feels good. It's like, they're like so in control of this game. He's just going to buy, you know, an item that isn't too expensive, helps him a lot in these team fights, and then just end the game.
I mean, if he gets caught here, though, no, they're already in the area. They know what's coming. Fevy is there. They track 1. Need to be careful. You still go for this. Look at the turnaround potential that they have. They want to kill off QO so badly, but the Hex is there. He just walks away, and they find 2 more kills. Ravage to turn it. It's all falling apart. Carlton at times have looked great, but nobody's dancing right here as Mario is going to die. 22,000 net worth lead, and GG is called.
I appreciate that.
Oh, man.
Well, that was quite the game. You know, just all I can say is it's your classic Immortals game. You know, it's a roller coaster, and in just one quick moment, the game just ends.
I know, it's nuts. I mean, what is that? It was 54 kills in 27 minutes, and then you look at the graph, and it really was just like about 4 minutes. They were like building towards the 10,000 net or experience lead, and they were even on gold, and then suddenly, like 4 minutes later, it's done.
Let me look at that net worth graph. It was dead even at one point, and then it's just one giant plummet.
Crazy. Can we see if that's like at any particular minute too? It'd be like right around the time they got Aegis. Yeah, so when they basically got Aegis, got control of the game, Radiance on QO, everything from them just came out, all coming up Immortals. Game number 2 right around the corner. What do you think? Carlton has looked okay at times in that game. They looked like they were in control during several parts. How do you feel about them?
I think they're actually pretty good. I think like a lot of this, a big part of the problem with this draft was the draft. Like, I think the draft just was really lacking versus what Immortals had. I think, like I mentioned at the beginning of the game, like the Bloodseeker just kind of removes the Lycan out of the game, and not only that, they have a Tidehunter who's like probably the best team fighter in this entire game, and they didn't really have a good answer for the Tidehunter. And if a Ravage is present, there's just no real way for them to take a fight.
Well, we'll see what happens in game number 2. It's right around the corner, ladies and gents. Carlton Esports versus Immortals. The winner is going to continue on in the StarLadder Invitational Season 4, where they're going to have to face off against the winner of the next series that we're going to see as well, which is 5 Turtles versus Complexity. So stay tuned, everybody. More to come in just a little bit. Your casters at Lyrical Dota, at Eos and Dota. Follow us on Twitter if you want, and of course, at StarLadder and at Beyond the Summit. See you guys in a bit for game number 2.